T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The following program is rated TVMA for language. We want everyone to be able to enjoy the program, but sometimes things happen, and we may say things that may be offensive to some or non-conducive to others. So in other words, shit happens. Oops.
Niggas coming.
Merry New Year! Merry New Year!
Bitch. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say.
I'm supposed to treat it like trade plays. They'll be like, Happy New Year. This country, we say, Happy New Year.
No,
Merry New Year.
You remember I saw it for the first time last year in 2020. So, like, that doesn't have the same effect. I just remember that nigga fucking Dan Aykroyd in blackface as a goddamn Jamaican. That's all I remember, nigga.
Oh, before I was stalling for this.
Butts and shuts in the sky, so the housing prices are not as high. Zillow cook all of the books, so we keep the rent low. We don't hit anything. Just a couple bursts trigger the ring alerts, and we keep the rent low.
So we keep the rent low.
Are you shitting me right now?
Butts and shuts in the sky, so the housing prices are not as high. Zillow cook all of the books, so we keep the rent low. We don't hit anything. Just a couple bursts trigger the ring alerts, and we keep the rent low.
Is that better audio-wise, everybody? I know everybody was saying my shit was low. Dude, God damn it. Of course, that's how we're going to start 2022.
You goddamn right, that's how we start off this show. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Stupid bitch.
Are you not entertained? Welcome to the New Year's episode 172 of BLERDS N THE HOOD. I am your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington.
I'm the Swaggy Blerd Winston A. Marshall. Nigga, you got too much stuff in here. That's why we made Blerd 2, bitch.
Oh, I didn't want, no, I needed to put it in this. And so I couldn't because I didn't want to switch shit over while we was doing it now.
But you remember they don't change. That was the whole setup.
No, in case something was, when it was uploading, I didn't want to switch over while the intro was going because the intro would have stopped. Remember, if you try to switch over, it'll stop. Anyway, technical issues that y'all are here. Man, listen, thank you to everybody who rocked with us for our end of the year show. Anybody who's been rocking with us for the past year and back with us this year. I know it always sounds cliche, man. We ain't seen y'all since last year. But here's the dope thing about January. Not only are we hitting a new month, by the end of this month, we will be at our 2-year anniversary, y'all. I've been putting up with this motherfucker shit for 2 years on this show. Before 1 year just doing straight shit. And
You've been putting up with my shit? You've been putting up with my shit, bitch. Are you sure you don't want to move the subject and the object around, my nigga? This nigga has been putting up with my shit. Is that what you meant, my nigga?
I'm gonna put up with this nigga shit too. But nah, man, thank you to everybody who checked us out, man. I hope each and every one of you all that are with us were able to have a happy and safe New Year's Eve going into the new year with this most Sunday feeling ass Saturday we just had, nigga. Everybody was like, it is Saturday. It's like, it feel like Sunday. But I digress. Let's just get it started. Mr. Winston A. Marshall.
My nigga.
A nigga moment.
Man. Nigga.
My nigga.
What you been doing?
All right. I debated doing this earlier in the day. I didn't hold back because of this nigga. I held back just because I was trying to determine how I wanted to handle this one way or the other. I unfortunately got that Roan.
He got the package, Rosie. He got the package, secret, sweet bridges. He done got the pack.
I fucking hate you so much for that. I hate you with all my heart for that. Yeah, so I have been I've been dealing with Rona since yesterday. Who the fuck is calling me? Oh, Ashar. I can't talk to Ashar right now.
He got the package, Rosie. He got the package, secret, sweet bridges. He done got the pack.
How many times are you gonna hit that? Like you just
keep talking. Oh, it gets more. Keep talking, nigga. Keep talking.
I might just walk off the show today. All right. So long story short, in the middle of my sleep, like I could sense it in a dream. I had a wild fucking.
Wait,
hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Because when it started, it was in the middle of sleeping Sunday into
Monday.
Yeah, exactly. And sorry, my brain. So I was while I was asleep, I was having this weird ass fucking dream where I was like in a real life Mario Kart, like nigga, I was Yoshi, but then somehow in the longest track I've ever been in my life, I turned into Batman, nigga. I had the Batman.
What the fuck are you out of your damn mind?
Like nigga, I wasn't hitting people with shells and shit. I was killing niggas with the weapons on the Batmobile, bro. Like I was murdering Mario and
That nigga had me scared, but I held my own. Fuck that.
But in the dream, I was like, why do I have a sore throat? And I literally thought to myself, I was like, well, it doesn't make sense that I would be Yoshi or Batman. So this is clearly a dream. So I'm going to ride this out, but I can feel my sore throat. So I must be sick. I'm like, I probably caught a cold or some shit. And I woke up yesterday and I was like, okay, not a big deal. Throat's kind of sore. I'll be fine. And as the day went on, bro, I literally felt like my body was getting dropped into a thing of jello, and having to move was like wading through fucking jello. Then I got a headache, and I had this bad dry cough, and then I started getting chills and a fever, man. And it was something else. So anyway, I got good to rest last night. I actually felt like 90% better today.
Package, Rosie. The big package.
So I went to get some supplies, and the simple, I threw on the N95 to really, protect everybody else, which is funny because when I was in the store, these niggas that were like out here with their shit below their nose, I must have been like, bitch, you should pull that up because I got the Rona, bitch. Like I almost said this to this one old man who just walk around like this. And I'm like, you just don't even give a shit. You don't give a shit. And so
you're contagious. Don't touch me, baby.
Nigga, did we jinx me? Do you realize that was the last intro we did?
When a man said, "Sexy lady."
So I'm never gonna get through this because you keep interrupting, bitch. So long story short,
I told you I had jokes. I told you I had jokes. I told you in the text message. I was like, please say you're gonna talk about this on the show because I got jokes.
Which is literally why I almost just put that shit on Twitter earlier, so I wouldn't have to deal with your bullshit. Because
you'd have dealt with it regardless.
But see, I wouldn't have cared as much. But like, whatever. I don't know. No. Anyway, just that walk. So I was gone maybe 25 minutes. Completely took it out of me. So all that is to be said, y'all. I am extremely grateful that I am vaccinated, that I was boosted, because if I didn't have that, this shit probably would have taken me the fuck out. I don't necessarily know if I would have died, but nigga might have ended up in the hospital on some bullshit, because this shit ain't no motherfucking joke. Like that was like bad flu shit yesterday. And so, I am exactly. See, this is bullshit. Winston's out here with a deadly virus and Jay is singing contagious. So my whole point is, man,
Nigga, okay, would you let me say this one? You got the touch. Dun, dun, dun. You got the power.
Nigga!
Yeah! I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, God, I can't wait for you have something just dire on your heart that you have to get out, and I ruined your life. I am going to... God, you forgot about the beige rage, didn't you, bitch? You don't think that I won't pay this back 10 fucking fold right now? Oh, sweet Jesus.
I've been trying to help you get through this, nigga.
So my point is, if you have not already, obviously it's been hard enough to get people to go and do this shit. I'm assuming most people that watch us at this point fucks with it and understand. Please go get fucking vaccinated. I can't stress that shit enough, man, because even with Omicron being on the lighter side of shit, again, uppercut to the fucking jaw, man. And again, it was that first day that was bad. The second day wasn't as bad, but I'm still sick. I can't imagine if I didn't have something trying to help me out to fucking get through this shit. So the only positive thing I see out of this, because I do see myself on the mend, is that when this is all said and done, I'll be super immune. My nigga, I'll have a vaccine, a booster, and fucking...
This nigga say his soul will be like, hey!
like, nigga, the fact that you...
A nigga say his anybody's gonna be like, snap your fingers, do your stab.
Yeah, nigga, you remember how Neo became the one? My nigga had to die. My nigga got shot up. He's like, then he stood up and said, no. That's literally gonna be me going forward, bro. So I'm just... That is the one lighter side of it, but yeah, everybody, everybody be safe out there. So I don't think anybody really gives a shit about it. I mean, Jordan's not wrong. I mean, Jordan's not wrong. You can't. I'll be back. Whatever. Bitch ass nigga. Nobody cares.
Nigga. A nigga moment.
Man. Nigga. My nigga. What you been doing?
Okay. I've been sick before, and I understand, and I do get it. You know what I'm saying? It does suck. I just like to fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I try to fuck with people to make their spirits a little bit better, because he can talk, he can still crack jokes and all this. So that's the reason I do what I do with him. I spent Thursday night after we got off the show, I ended up having to host at the Improv. Friday night went to New Year's Eve at his house. And here's the best part. Nigga, I've been around this motherfucking testing every day. I'm about 40, 41, 42 and 0. So I sent this nigga the meme from those who remember X-Men, the animated series. Remember when Apocalypse started a plague to kill off mutants? And then it was Cable, Bishop, and they was approaching Apocalypse, and they let Wolverine get shot into the virus, and he was like, ah! And Bishop was like, you just killed him. And Cable was like, it's gotta happen. It's Wolverine's special mutant abilities that produces antibodies. Nigga, I've been around this bitch feeling like Wolverine minus mutton chops. I've been feeling good. I've been going to the gym. Also, I'd have fucked up my back again. Now, here's what had happened was I had worked out with one Cody Decker, and that nigga's a professional athlete on a professional form and got paid level. Yes, I am as a professional wrestler, but they don't pay a nigga like that. But working out with him was working out on a whole different level. So, ladies, I understand now when you have cramps and sit on a heating pad all day, because, nigga, I've been on one for the past 4 hours. So, what I am saying is, so that's that. All jokes aside, over the past 3-4 days, I've had people say to me just in random conversation, you have got to take time for yourself. You've literally got to find some time for yourself. Because for me, if you don't know, I'm all about working. And I know everybody's like, you got to enjoy the fruits of your labor. We said it on the show. You said it to me directly numerous times. Are you even listening to me? Because you just looked there. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were hearing me or you just passed out or you just went beige rage. I was trying to figure out. I think beige rage is coming because that was the blinks of the eyes. You just did the Mama Mars right there. Okay, so listen, like I was saying, did you really just do your mama? But no, so like everybody's been saying that, and the thing is, it's received from you, from the neighborhood, from everyone else who tells me this. You need to do something for yourself. But one of the things I have to keep telling people and remind people is this: I have to work this hard. Yes, one of my kids is basically a grown man now, right? But he still got to go through college and still gonna need me. Yeah, I have a younger kid, but at the same time, if I fall off on my bills, if I fall off on my rent, I don't have that family to call for the backup, like a lot of people do. Now, granted, you might have to pay them back in the long run, et cetera, but I don't have that. So people are kind of like, they kind of understand that. And, so that's been a thing. But I am going to try this year to be able to do more for myself if it's just smaller things. Again, I remember I wanted to go to Hawaii before the world went to hell because I was like, oh, it's relatively cheap to go to Hawaii. Still in the US. I didn't need a passport, you know what I'm saying, or none of that. But then it was like, no, you gotta you gotta quarantine this bitch 2 weeks, and then you gotta do have it on their quarantine is, and they make sure of that. And so, again, the way things are surging, I don't know what's gonna happen. People are like, well, do a staycation. I cannot just sit here. My anxiety is through the roof. Thank God for edibles. Because if it wasn't for edibles, nigga,
You do understand that staycation doesn't necessarily mean stay in your house. A staycation means you can go to an Airbnb, a hotel, whatever the fuck, take your ass to Santa Barbara, and you're staying out there, but then your ass goes to all the wine places and the beach and whatever the fuck else. Like a staycation just means you go somewhere to stay around, my nigga. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to stay in your house.
I'll be honest with you, I was always under the impression it was just stay in the house.
It can mean that, but it just literally means you go to a hotel within your city or city adjacent. Mm-hmm. And you stay there, meaning that you're not driving on a massive road trip. You're not flying somewhere. Like your ass goes to Malibu, whatever you know what I'm saying? That's what that means. So it's not a bad start. If you can't, if right now the flight isn't in the cards, man, take your happy ass to Malibu and fucking get a nice Airbnb and enjoy yourself.
Also, I'm on top of that. I've officially made the decision that even though I have a little bit saved up, I've been fortunate enough to try to pull a little bit here and there. And I've been saving it, holding it because, of course, freelance stuff is shut down out here in LA. After the holidays, we'll see how the holidays are over. But, again, Omicron, you having it, and all jokes aside, the way it has been spreading, does not warrant a lot of things moving at the same speed that we were hoping for. So I just decided, regardless of that, I just got to start looking for a car officially. So I'm going to probably struggle for a while. But hopefully I'll have that car, which will give me some level of peace of mind where I don't. So I'm just, it's like, I know it's going to cost. And I ain't never think it was going to be cheap. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that was the case, but it's just knowing what I'm going to have to do. So that's about that. You good on that, You good? You got to get some water?
Yeah. No, I'm fine, man. I will probably have to excuse myself a decent number of times because I have not had to talk a lot, and the more the air goes in, the more the phlegm comes out. So it is what it is.
The fun. All right, let's just get it out the way real quick early in the show, and that's it because we know it's the first week of the month. Everybody has tortured themselves, like myself and Winston, and paid bills and rent. Streamlabs.com/BLERDS N THE HOOD/ if you want to support or anything. It is what it is. You don't have to, not obligated to. We appreciate you. All right, let's kick it off on a little bit of a somber note. Betty White, this past Friday, passed away at the age of 99. A lot of people were like, yo, we were hoping. She was 3 weeks from her 100th birthday, which would have been on January.
Bro.
Her centennial.
That's fucking crazy.
Would have been on January the 17th.
I think the wild part about that, bro, more than anything, and people got jokes, but I actually was kind of there for them, where people were like, a lot of people did TikToks where they were like, God would be like, hey, you go and get that old white lady I told you to get? Like, yeah, man, we brought her up right now. It's like, hey, yo, that is not who I asked you to. They're like, yeah, you did. You said old white, like super old.
Not that one.
Bitch, I said the queen. You brought me Betty White. I said the queen.
Wait, I didn't see that, nigga.
Oh, nigga. It was mainly niggas that do it. They were just like, I said the queen, nigga. She's done. Betty White, nigga, she's supposed to be 100. Like,
and it was funny because like people had just dropped their article about her.
Well, that was the fucked up part. They wanted to do the celebration with her. It was supposed to happen over the course of the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. So I just that one sucks. I mean, just from the standpoint that like you think about it, she was around for virtually 100 years. I ain't once hear a single story about her dropping the N-word, about her fucking saying something about nobody, about her doing something fucked up. The closest we got to it was in the movie Bringing Down the House, where she was fucking hysterical. You remember she was the grandma and she was like, I thought I heard Negro. Like that's the closest we ever got to Betty White. Do you not remember this?
I don't remember it.
Steve Martin and Queen Latifah, and she came outside because Queen Latifah was pretending to be a nanny or whatever, and there was some shit going on because Steve Martin owed her money or some shit like that. And she literally comes out, she just goes, she's like, because it's all lily white neighborhood. She goes, I thought I heard Negro. Like that was, and I was like, what the fuck?
Wow. Now, one of the things with Betty White, though, she made history because a lot of people have been posting a meme up about a show she had where they wanted her to take off the black tap dancer and she refused to. And so, you know, that's the thing. Of course, she's iconic from the Golden Girls, Hot in Cleveland, a lot of other movies and everything else she's done. But there is a story that I found about all the Golden Girls didn't really get along. Everybody keeps putting that meme together because all of them now have officially passed.
So it's essentially what what Sex in the City?
Yes. Like, so they say B. Arthur didn't fuck with Betty White. Like damn, why Maude ain't fuck with Betty? Like,
I mean, that sort of makes sense. B. Arthur, considering what her character was, it would make sense that she didn't get along with somebody, if not everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like B. Arthur specifically kind of played like
herself.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised that she had beef with somebody in that group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it was funny because when you found out Estelle Getty was actually the youngest, playing the oldest.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Damn.
Yes, Estelle.
Times like this I had the meme, cocaine is a hell of a drug. Cause dude.
Yeah, nigga.
Because she looked way older than
all of them. Well, that was the makeup and the hair as Sophia. But Estelle
the makeup made her look that old?
They had to make her look old because the character which Estelle Getty was playing,
it was supposed to be her mother. It was supposed to be the author's mother.
But
I remember that.
Yeah, she was actually the youngest out of all of the Golden Girls at the time, which, by the way, has recently, over the past several years, become such a cult classic now. Yeah. Like, there's so many people.
Nigga, I still can't get over you saying that she was the youngest. I'm out here like,
look at this graph.
But anyways, there's something to be said. There are very few actors, and I know you know this because obviously you do this thing too. There are very few actors that can get super far outside of themselves.
Yes.
So it doesn't surprise me that B. Arthur, again, was ornery just from the standpoint of, again, that's really what she played a decent amount of the time, but especially in Golden Girls and that character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that, like, say, oh my God, Ty Burrell is like stupid or anything like that, but I catch that goofball energy off of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I mean? So like, it's just kind of the same thing.
One of the sad parts too is there was a clip from years ago that resurfaced after she passed. Do you remember this?
It's the trap game. Abraham Lincoln 416 bars ago. R.I.P. Betty White. She ain't dead before when she died because I know it's coming up.
How long ago was that?
This is years ago, nigga. This is years
like
ago,
a decade,
bro.
2 decades?
This is. I think I would say a decade. Again, time is hard to always determine because shit's flying, bro. It's 2022 right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this motherfucking heating pad feels glorious. Nigga, my lower back is like, because also, I gotta, because I'm gonna get back to my yoga with Adrian this week. You know what I'm saying? Me and Adrian gonna get back together, nigga, and we're gonna be around this bitch down. Anyway,
Adrian?
You ain't never done yoga with Adrian on YouTube, nigga? Bro, you don't know what you miss. She's an excellent teacher. You know what I'm saying? You learn about a dog, Benji. You know what I'm saying? She teach you about. Anyway,
just come out here. You teach me yoga. Adrian!
You're contagious. Touch me, baby. Give me what you want.
All right. I'm sorry. I could not let the show go by without putting it in there. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. It was. All right, y'all. In our next story,
You want to talk about another nigga that's about to be out the job or just is out the job? This nigga right here, Antonio Brown, decided that he was going to take his shit off. And
wait, hold on. Another nigga that's about to be out of job. Wait.
So this nigga decided.
You will not keep putting it. No. Now I need to.
So he decided in the middle of a game against the Jets where they were losing at the time that he was done. He just took his shit off, took his pads off, threw them on the ground, threw his helmet on the ground, threw his undershirt and gloves into the audience, and did some jumping jacks, threw up the peace sign, and ran off the field. Probably one of the wildest ways to quit a job ever. And I'll be honest, Jay, that's probably a wrap on Antonio Brown's career for real.
Well, because I'm sorry, I thought you were done. I didn't know. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say from the standpoint, and Shannon said it best, Skip. Here's the thing, Skip. Before, when Antonio Brown do the thing, he gave you the things that you knew you needed to win a game. Okay, Antonio did the things that he knew you needed to win the game, Skip. But see, here's the problem, Skip.
Yeah, okay.
Now, what he's done is that he has set it up.
Nigga, why do you sound like Randy Newman? You must have some people got no reason.
So he set it up now. Before, the one thing he did is on the grass, Skip.
But listen,
he was out here winning games.
Listen, Skip.
He was winning games. But now, if you know that he'll walk out on your team when you
Skip, but listen, we got the
no one's going to put that kind of money out there, Skip.
I understand. Okay, now you Dusty Rhodes. Okay, Skip, listen, we got the video of him walking the fuck out.
The only thing I will say, I will give him credit because I was like, is this nigga running on the? Does he understand that even though he's taking his jersey off, he's still part of the Bucs? If he doesn't know of a play, they're gonna have a massive penalty. Did you notice he specifically waited for a whistle to run across the field and then made sure he was off? So I give him credit for that.
So we thought, you and I both, when we saw about this, because you hit me up, you was like, yo, did you see this nigga AB? And then I finally saw it. We both were under the impression that he was having the proverbial mental breakdown. We talked about CTE because we all have discussed the hit that he took from Monte Burfict. I was meant to get that clip so people can understand the hit that has changed his life.
If you search Twitter, you find it pretty fast.
But here's a report that came out. So more and more have been coming out. Check this out.
Well, here's my understanding, Kay, of how this entire situation broke down. Midway through the game yesterday, Bruce Arians and the offensive staff told Antonio Brown to go into the game. They believed that he was healthy. Antonio Brown did not believe that he was healthy. He had been battling an ankle injury for the last several weeks, did not practice Thursday, did not practice Friday, and I know personally had some doubts whether or not he would be able to be out there and play. What he told the staff, from what I understand, is that he was not going into the game because in his mind, he did not feel he was healthy. The response then from the offensive coaches and from Bruce Arians was, if you are not going to go into the game, when we tell you to go into the game, then you cannot be here. At that point, they threw him off the sidelines and then cut him from the team. So Antonio Brown, which Bruce Arians announced at the post-game press conference, he is no longer part of the team. They essentially told him that on the sideline, send him packing, leading Antonio Brown with $1 million incentive right within his reach. He was going to get it. He left all of that, left the field, and now is no longer a member of the Buccaneers.
Now, Winston is pulled up. Well, we want y'all to pay attention. Remember, when he was with Pittsburgh, with the Steelers, he was number 84. You need to watch somebody's soul let go and let God.
Talking on the sideline the whole time, it seemed like Vontez perfect, and yes.
Oh my goodness,
dude! Literally watch this right here. Oh.
No, that's not the better. It's like the other one from the other side when you see it.
Brown is still down. That's, of course, flagrant.
Yep.
Bro, it's that he's out cold, and this is not to be. Oh, here we go.
Out of control.
This is the one where you see it for real.
Everything. That's going to be suspension, fine.
So the thing about that, man, that's kind of crazy, and I don't mean this with any disrespect. I just don't know a better way to describe it.
Excuse me. Yeah.
The minute he did the throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, you knew he was out cold, like he was gone.
Yeah,
honestly, because he literally his whole body.
When your body went limp, yeah, your body just flailed.
His whole body just went completely limp. So here's the thing, man. I can believe that the team was kind of screwing him in that regard, but I still believe
game. There's another game.
No, right, he had another game to get the incentives. So that's why people were confused about that. I didn't think that was the reason he ran off at all. I was saying that was further proof that he does have CTE because you had a whole other game to get your incentives taken care of. And you're in this whole situation where even if they are fucking you like that and you're like, I can't go right now, I'm too injured, and that's what they're going to do, that is not the way to fucking decide you're gone. Because guess what? The world is watching. So if there is even the smallest part of you that is still trying to go out here and ball, you just showed every single head coach, every GM, every team that might consider bringing you on, and a lot of these teams already didn't fuck with you. They already didn't fuck with you because of the shit that happened in Pittsburgh, and fuck with you for the shit that happened in Las Vegas, and I guess Oakland at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have set yourself up to be done. And so that's why I still think, unless he comes up with a statement being like, and even then I would still think it, unless he comes up with a statement like, no, I'm just done with football. I'm good. Like, I don't need to do all that shit. He definitely has CTE going because that's not an appropriate way to handle shit. Look at all of his behavior we've talked about prior to this. You know?
No, and I mean, again, everybody's going to bring up the nigga having the Tetris T haircut and was like, that was before the hit. And I was like, this is true. And that's something you could say. But the thing is that outburst, I'm done, I quit, right? So you can walk off to the tunnel and just go, right? To make that statement the way he did lets you know he's done.
Throw his shit in the stands, to throw the pads down, to do all the showboating so everybody can see you. That's a wrap, bro. And so,
well, he ended up appearing at the Nets versus, I forgot who the Nets played. He was courtside of the game. My man left and got picked up in an Uber by Seth Rogen's variant. And I don't. Have you seen the video? Like the nigga look like Seth Rogen's variant. Like
no,
Seth,
I did not
like if Seth Rogen was raised in the Bronx or some shit.
It's
like
who picked him up. I didn't see that.
But again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The question is, yes, he may be done with the game as a player. Will anybody
bring him into coach and shit? What the fuck you talking about?
I'm talking about a coach. I'm not talking about coach. To be an analyst. To be an analyst.
Hell no. I would put money on ain't none of that shit happening. You have to understand, all of this shit is interconnected. You know who makes a phone call for Tony Romo as soon as he decides to retire? Jerry Jones. And then CBS is like, nigga, let's see what you got. And they go, wow, you killed it. The minute Greg Olsen retired, who you think fucking called for him? The new fucking owner of the goddamn Panthers. And they were like, yo, man, you're going to be a Hall of Fame tight end. He ain't getting the goddamn analyst job. My nigga, I hope he puts some of that incentive money away that he already got because, dude, that's a wrap.
Here's another question. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just got another question.
That's it.
Here's another question. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the Super Bowl again, you do realize he's got to get a ring.
No, because he's cut.
He was part of.
Is it? I don't remember what the ruling is. To my knowledge, if you're traded or if you're released from just like a hey, we're gonna whatever, then you do get it. You do get one. If you get cut / fired, that's a wrap, my nigga.
That's a different. Okay, yeah, you're wrong.
It may be because he was on the roster for a set amount of time.
But that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
If it's a set amount of time, he may still get it. But I think if you get fired, so on some bullshit like what he did, I think that would be it. But I don't know.
All right. Well, we will see. We shall see. All right. This next story. I've been waiting.
Also, I'm confused. He's not officially cut because Bruce Arians said in that
Bruce
damn press
Arians, what do you
conference,
mean? Bruce Arians said he's done.
But it's very possible he is still on the roster. I will double check. But Bruce Arians said he is no longer.
People got to stop going off of what the internet states is right then and there. You know what I'm saying? If the coaches said you're gone, he's gone.
No, I understand that, but it may not.
I'm not talking about you.
No. I'm saying it may be that he is not officially cut. He may still actively be on the roster, despite Arians saying he's not playing anymore. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like
he said he's no longer a Buck.
I remember that.
Those were his words.
Hold on. I'm looking up the roster. Give me a second because it would be active right now. Let's see. Position wide receiver. I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about. He is not on the roster. Like, again, Bruce Arians said in a press conference he is no longer a Buck. So, no, he is not on the team. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Again, let's move on to this next story, man. This one I waited to talk about because I wanted to make sure I got my words together because Twitter did what Twitter does all the time, right? Patton Oswalt performed on New Year's Eve, and then he posted on New Year's Day. He's posted on Instagram. He says, quote, finished my set at McCall Hall and got a text from Dave Chappelle. Come over to the arena he's performing in next door and do a guest set. Why not? I waved goodbye to this hell year with the genius I started comedy with 34 years ago. He works in the arena like he's talking to one person and charming their skin off. Anyway, I ended the year with a real friend and a deep laugh. Can't ask for more. Of course. Now, we know the controversy and everything surrounding Dave with his final special, his anti-trans belief and things of the sorts, right? Twitter went at him, et cetera, et cetera. It, in a sense, forced Patton Oswalt to make another statement, being like, yo, I'm about to read this, and I know Winston probably can't see it, and I'm probably just have to try to read this.
You have to do the whole thing.
All right, I got it. He says, I saw a friend I hadn't seen in a long time this New Year's Eve. We've known each other since we were teens. He's a fellow comedian and the funniest I've ever met. I wanted to post a pic and an IG story about it, so I did. This friend is Dave Chappelle. 34 years we've been friends. He's refocused and refined a lot of ideas of us, took it settled about race and history and life on planet Earth, and spun him around with the phrase or punchline. We've done good and bad gigs, open mics and TV tapings, but we also disagree about what we also 100% disagree, about transgender rights and representation. I support trans people's rights, anyone's rights to live safely in the world as their fullest selves. For all the things he's helped me evolve on, I'll always disagree where he stands now on transgender issues. But I also don't believe a seeker like him is done evolving and learning. You know, someone that long see the struggles and changes, it's possible to cut them off. Impossible not to be hopeful and open and cheer them on. Also, I've been carrying a lot of guilt about friends I cut off who had views which I couldn't agree or change ways in which I couldn't live with. Sometimes I wonder, and did I and others cutting them off make them dig their heels in deeper? Fuel their ignorance with the nitro boosted resentment and spite. I'm an LGBTQ ally, a loyal friend. There's fiction in those traits that I need to reconcile myself. Let's not let cause feels of betrayal in anyone else. I'm sorry, truly sorry that I didn't consider this would hurt, the hurt this would cause, or the depth of that hurt. I've been messaging a lot on IG today. The back and forth has really helped guide me in the writing of this. I naively deleted a lot of posts in the comments thread, critical ones from the LGBTQ writers, and shit posts by TERF anti-trans orcs looking for clicks and giggles. I wanted a quote-unquote nice comment thread about the pic with my friend. Ugh, so easy to think someone else needs growth and miss the need in yourself. Gonna keep trying. All right. Here's my issue I have. I know a lot of people have again, trans rights are human rights. Automatically gonna say that. I don't agree with what Dave, how he feels about that shit. That is what it is. And again, this is coming from someone who had to learn and grow and evolve, et cetera, et cetera. There are people that were on Twitter going, well, I've cut off my family members who voted for Trump. Okay, I get it. They cut off friends. I get it. But there is that thing of, because family members are easy to cut off for people. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. People can see, because people like, we've gotten at this point now in life in general that people can cut people off. But when Patton keeps saying, that's 34 years.
It depends on the level of family. So like, for example, it's easier to cut off an aunt and uncle, something like that like maybe is a little fringe versus like it took a friend of mine who's mixed. She's half black and half white. And her mom is mad racist against black people. That entire side of my friend's family is.
I know a lot of people like that.
It took her almost, like, she's almost 40. It took her a couple years ago she finally said, enough is enough. I'm not going to let you sit here and blaspheme me for the rest of my fucking life. We're done. And the mom is constantly trying to be like, oh, I was just like, come on. Like, I still love you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, nah, fuck you. Like, we're done. We don't. So depends on the level of family. You know what I mean? But I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying.
Because it's just, it's the fact that people going on Twitter, how dare you stand by your friend? And for him to say, yes, that's still my friend, no matter what. Now, when he says in his statement, the second part of the statement about people we've cut off and they've dug their heels in deeper, I know pretty much one in particular, a lot of us comics talk about together collectively, and that's Owen Benjamin. I'll just straight up say it.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, go Google. You'll find out how this motherfucker went down the rabbit hole. But again, Patton isn't wrong for sticking up for his friend and saying he was with his friend. He says he vehemently disagrees with him on how he stands with that. What more can you ask for? I think this thing of people saying you should basically stone them, all this, like, chill that shit out on Twitter. They got to chill that shit out.
I think the other thing that like pops into my mind, to be honest with you, he openly admits he completely disagrees with what Dave had to say.
Right.
He said that part of it is giving now, mind you, I think like a lot of people were comparing like Kevin Hart to like Chappelle on this and like how he handled everything that went down with him. The difference is you see that Kevin Hart doesn't do any of those types of jokes at all anymore. Whereas Dave, when this shit happened, it happened recently and then he doubled down. So those are different scenarios, and I don't think they're comparable. I also think if you look at it, one of the greatest examples people use about evolution is the fact that Obama was very strictly anti-gay marriage. He was very open in saying that he was marriage between a man and a woman, and then he said, my thoughts and my beliefs have evolved, and I believe love is love, and that changed. So to that point, this doesn't absolve Dave. This doesn't make Dave whatever, but I appreciate someone feeling like that he could still stand by his friend and hopefully do something to maybe change him. You know what I'm saying? I think that, I don't know. I guess the other thing about it too is that it's like, it's not like Patton was like, not only am I doing a show with Dave, I agree with everything this motherfucker says. Woo! Like, that's not.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. And like, people are acting like he just said that. And it's like, no, he said, I went to go perform with my friend who is arguably one of the greatest comedians on the planet.
Time out for half a second. So Deflated Brady says Obama only changed when it suited him. Guess what? Do you know how many people have decided to change their views on things like racism, homophobia, and XYZ just because it suits them? Because all of a sudden now you have a gay child and you feel like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Oh, shit. That maid that was there the whole time, she was actually pretty chill. People do that shit all the time. The real question is, do they then fully adopt it as their actual beliefs, or are they putting on a fucking front? And so that's the difference. Yes, it suited Obama to change his mind then, but he's been consistent and it's been real about that since. And I think the same thing would apply in any other type of situation. It's bullshit that it has to come to that, but there are plenty of people that change because the situation for them personally has changed.
I want to address a comment from Spidey Sensei 72. It says, Jay, how are other comics in the industry responding to Patton? They're like, yo, he was with his friend. You get the opportunity to ask, look, there's several things comics love. Stage time, a fucking crowd, and a chance to perform with their friends. Dave Chappelle gave him that in an arena. Again, I don't care. Again, people have their thoughts about that. But when a comic performs in a fucking arena and can do it successfully, and that crowd is willing to laugh at anybody that they trust that the headliner is bringing, and then it's like Patton Oswalt is a headliner within himself. So of course he's going to do that. But I think people got to, again, we're so, like I said, we're so quick now via social media to grab the torches and the pitchforks and just stone him, and all this, that, and the third. And it's like.
Well, the one that pissed me off is Patton Oswalt did a bit where he was actively making fun of the rednecks that are pieces of shit to trans folks. And someone tried to use the clip out of context to make it seem like he was saying some bullshit when he was directly talking about a redneck that is ignorant and has their head in the fucking ground. I don't like when people do that. Like, if he has openly said something to be condemned about, that's one thing. But if he's clearly doing a bit where you hear him doing the voice of a redneck and all that, and you don't include the before, you just put it in the middle of the shit he's talking when it's clearly not Patton Oswalt talking, it is the person he is talking about. I hate when people do that shit, dude. I fucking hate that shit.
Well, you have that shit happening a lot still to this day while comics are actually performing. You have people who dismiss the setup of the joke and just hear the point. Now, again, if the comic is just being blatantly homophobic, racist, and sexist to just do it, yet I get that. I get the understanding of the anger. But if they're pointing something out, like they're pointing something completely out, here's something I want to point out for a lot of y'all. I don't know if you know. So, like, you can watch on Hulu, Stars, Amazon, Tubi, a lot of the cartoons from the 80s and 90s, right? I've recently, since, you know, we didn't have a lot to do with work-wise with the holidays, I've been rewatching Thundercats, I've been rewatching Mask, I've been rewatching Voltron, Transformers, etc., etc. I don't know what people understand how racist and stereotypical every East Asian voice was.
It was bad, dude. It was bad.
Every East Asian voice was, and I would fight for honor. You're like, that's a white dude in the studio doing this.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's interesting, man, I've been rewatching South Park to like just have on in the background, and there is a lot of shit that's like bad. Like, but the funny thing is what they did, and it's South Park and Family Guy. You can sort of throw The Simpsons in there, but I feel like they maybe took their foot off the gas relative to the other two. Where like some of the things that were played during South Park, I remember laughing hysterically at, and I still laughed at it now, but I was like, oh god damn, they didn't fucking hold back then. But if you notice now, they still make that kind of humor. They just have evolved how shit has like kind of been presented. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. And I think that's something to be commended.
With the example with South Park, when they did, I think it was season 23, they did the transgender Olympics, where there was a trans woman in the Olympics. And
remember this.
It was a guy that looked like Macho Man Randy Savage had decided to transition.
Wait, I remember.
Yes, and turned out that he was now she, but for the former strong woman who is PC Principal's wife's ex-boyfriend, and only transitioned to fuck her over. So a lot of people got hella upset at that. They're like, oh, they're not taking trans issues seriously. And it's like, it's not that you don't take trans issues seriously. Here's the thing, as a black dude,
I'll be honest with you. That's where, if someone were to say that about, and I get it, I would say go back and watch Apologies to Jesse Jackson, which is one of my favorite episodes of South Park, but it is specifically where on Wheel of Fortune, Randy's dad, or Randy Stan's dad, Randy, is on Wheel of Fortune. He's in the bonus round.
Oh, when a nigga said
bro, and he gets the letters N space GGERS, and the topic is people that annoy you. And literally, all the white people in the audience like this, just like, and all the black people like, motherfucker.
But wait,
and he's
like,
like,
everybody look at Randy. Randy, look around.
He goes, I think I know it, but I can't say it. He goes, 5 seconds, Mr. March. He goes, all right, niggers. And they go, oh, naggers. Man, his head all low and shit. The whole episode, the N-word gets thrown around so much as nigger guy, but they literally put it on this whole situation where, because Randy and Michael Richards and all these white dudes that got labeled as nigger guys, and they went at them for the whole episode for the allegory specifically of, do you understand what black people are actually going through? It gets so fucking ridiculous. They take the shit to Congress and they get it passed that you can never say nigger guy.
You can, they said it on the floor of Congress.
Words. You have to put 7 words because they literally said they go to Congress and they go, anybody could end up being a nigger guy. And he goes, not me, I would never. I think nothing racist ever. And the one black congressman goes, yo, you're the worst nigger guy of all. What the fuck are you talking about? And then they go, okay, all who vote to never say nigger guy again, and then the one black guy, all who oppose it goes, nay? It's just him. And so instead of banning nigger, they ban nigger guy. Like, that's my point. That show has such a succinct way, even when I was watching it, I'm like, God, I'm mad offended, but this shit is brilliant. And I wasn't even offended. I was laughing. But I was like, Jesus Christ.
But that's the thing about those things. We don't look at, again, it took you to lay out the context of the episode, the context in which you watched and which you observed and absorbed. People don't do that. People are taking chunks of shit, of different things, and going with just that. And that in itself is an issue. You know, again, comedy is always going to be this bastion of people like, well, don't punch down on people. Like, it's not. Punching down is never should have been a thing that was never a term that's never been allowed.
I'll tell you this. This is where I think punching down is a thing. If you genuinely, so for example, that nigger guy shit, if they just use that as an example, they didn't actually flush that shit out and make a full episode to make a point about how ridiculous this shit is, and they were just shouting nigga just to shout it, that's a punching down scenario. You're just saying, you just found an excuse for you to say it without actually making a point. Nigga. But if you make an actual joke with a point, nigga, that's not punching down. So that's the problem. There's a lot of people that don't make a bad joke, honestly, or a joke that isn't a joke is punching down. That's that. Let's be real about that. And some of the shit that Chappelle said in some of those specials, especially the closer, weren't jokes. He was just talking. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't making a point. He made points sometimes, and other times he didn't. And so that's where I think a lot of people were getting upset for that. You know what I'm saying? So like, how many times have you seen white comics, again, dropping the N-bomb because they think it's going to be funny? No, it's not funny.
And as a person that says nigga a lot, trust me, that nigga says nigga all the time.
I have made it known at comedy shows when I've been in the back or on the side and I've seen a white comic go up and just try to find a reason to say nigga just to say it. I've let it be known, you got to come off this stage, bro. And they realize who it is who said it. Do you understand the level of fear some people?
So like this, Michael Richards wasn't making a joke.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
That wasn't a joke. He was honestly punching down the nigger want to come in here and you're going to be late just like niggers do. And it's like, that wasn't a joke. That was
one of my favorite people. One of my favorite people in here, Jimmy Nails, said something. Anything can be funny in context. We just don't do context anymore. And that's the big. I think that's the biggest thing both you and I have been saying for the past 5-10 minutes.
Yes, sir. This nigga spitting. Damn, nigga. You're contagious. Touch me, baby. Give me what you.
Okay.
Is it because it's because the nigga is spitting? Is that why?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Shit. Let me see. You ain't said nothing but a word, Negro.
Now,
I mean, shit. So Neil has been talking about all the racist other like cartoons, Apache Chiefs from the Super Friends.
Oh my God!
That's why the funniest joke by far of Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, is when you had fucking Black Lightning on the fucking stand talking about the racism in the Super Friends. He goes, it used to be Super Bowl. But then Aquaman came up and was like, why don't you be Black Lightning? I was like, oh yeah? Why don't you be White Fish? Like, that's one of the funniest fucking jokes.
Bro.
I swear to God.
Like Apache, like that boy goes, Apache Chief, and again, when we talk about these voices in cartoons back in the day when everybody's like, oh, people too sensitive. Bro, this was a bunch of old white men and white women in a booth. There were the races of these people, the creeds, the ethnicities, et cetera, were not privy in the booths recording this. It was like...
Let alone you look at the older stuff like, God, what was the really, 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 really old fucking... Disney, not Song of the South, because that one's bad too. But there's an old like the Mickey Mouse one with like some crazy blackface. You know what I'm talking about?
It ain't the Prince and the Pauper. It's
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's not even Steamboat Willie, I don't think. But you know what I'm saying? It's one of the like. Now here's the funny thing. I think about In Living Color. So the gay movie critics. So like Men on Books, Men on Film. How fucking amazing that shit was. You definitely couldn't do that shit.
But you know what's funny?
Definitely couldn't do that shit.
And you know what's funny about that? And I've seen a lot of people bring that up. Here, I know, again, I've known gay people. My aunt's always been cool with the LGBTQ community before they were considered that back in the day. They love what they were doing. A lot. And I'm not saying it includes everybody, but the overwhelming from what I would hear from people, they thought it was hilarious. And then it's like, again, I understand perceptions, things change over time, and I get it. Now, that's some shit that could, nigga, Handyman could never.
You definitely can't. You can't do Handyman. No, I'm sorry. You can't do Handyman. I'm sorry. You definitely cannot do Handyman. You cannot do Handyman,
bro.
No,
you
sir.
cannot.
No, sir.
You cannot have a superhero with his hand like this saying never under. He has a positive message. His message is never underestimate the powers of the handicap. Because everyone,
I remember.
No, I'm just saying for the context.
No, I remember. It's just there was a lot in between it that the message wouldn't have been enough at that point because there was a lot. Oh God, I just feel uncomfortable thinking about it. But
let's go to these Streamlabs since we're getting a little uncomfortable right here. Streamlabs.com. Streamlabs.com/Blerds in the Hood /tip. Thank you to everybody that got us some love and showed some support to the show, man. Brian Lawson says, hey, no love for the new Batman trailer with the bat and the cat. And a question. Can the Blerds name the 3 black women that play Catwoman? I know them offhand. If you want to do it.
That played Catwoman or can play Catwoman? That
played Catwoman. Don't Google it because these are the answers.
I'm not going to Google it. Hold on. So obviously you've got Zoe's about to do it and you had Hallie.
You got to count before Zoe. So Hallie. Eartha Kitt.
No, of course.
You know the third?
No. I was going to say Eartha Kitt, Zoe, and Hallie. There was 3. You said 3.
Sanaa Lathan.
When?
Harley Quinn.
I don't count that.
Why not?
Because he specifically said 3.
Here's why.
If he said
when people
3,
say, I understand that, but when people say played that character, when people say played Batman or played the Joker, Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill always brought up.
Who sent it in?
Brian Lawson.
You're watching the show, I'm assuming. Did you mean the 3 that have already played, meaning Sanaa? Because it wouldn't have been Zoe, then it would have been Sanaa. Or did you mean live action in this case, which would have been Eartha Kitt, Halle Berry, and Zoe Kravitz? So I'm aware that Sanaa did the voice, but I wasn't even thinking in those terms because, I get what you're saying. Trust me.
Okay.
Because I know, obviously, we talk about Conroy, we talk about Hamill and what they did with that, but I'm assuming specifically, live action. So he just left it out. It makes logical sense, but I get why you were upset about it.
Fair. Alberto Rios, thank you as always for the donation. Nick Alexander, I think this is to you. Winston says, blue shell that Omicart. Because you said you had the Yoshi tongue thing. You had the Yoshi.
Blue shell that.
the Yoshi thing. Wee Man Wade said there too. He says, 1, take time for yourself, Jay, but Hawaiians don't want you on the island. Try the U.S. Virgin Islands instead. I kind of get that. I know they like, no, stay your ass away. And then said, you can take care of yourself with the JWPP fund. Take care of yourself real good. I am not buying a pocket pussy or a fleshlight. Nothing what you motherfuckers keep suggesting. I will beat my dick like it owes me money, and I'm getting real vagina eventually. That was really fucked up my mood to tell that joke when he was sitting there. Like you could hear it. Jimmy Nail says, I hope to see Patton push Dave on his opinions now. If he doesn't, then his apology is only pretty words. I respect Patton for being ride or die for Dave. I'm still ride or die for Dave. Call out culture doesn't work. We need to call in if we hope for a change or chance.
That is on point. Honestly, I respect that.
Did you see the trailer? Because so here's the thing. We actually had it in the notes for past couple trailers. What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's fine. Like, there's nothing that they could show me at this point that I am like, I'm gonna see the movie. There's nothing that they could really show me when you consider some of the other things that are kind of coming that I'm gonna get more hype for this movie, if that makes sense. So I'll be excited to see it when it comes out, but like the things that I would be more excited for right now if we find out more about the multiverse.
Hold fast. I am about to play something we just got sent in our group chat because I want to see this shit so bad.
What?
Hold fast, nigga. Let me pull this up. Let me share the screen because I want to see what this nigga said.
Nigga, no.
Yeah.
No. Full screen that bitch.
I'm about to full screen the fuck out of it right now.
No.
All right, here we go. So wait, let me give y'all a so this is what it happened. It says, I sent Antonio Brown an absurd cameo request. As quote, my friend Eric Sean is a huge fan of yours and loves what you did to the Bucs. He wanted to know if the rumors are true that you don't eat ass. He also hates Bruce Arians. Thank you, dude. Here's what AB sent back. Oh my God.
Hey, Eric, I know you're a huge friend of mine and love what happened the other day, but I want to tell you a moment of silence for your greatness, your awareness, your appreciation. Integrity is important. Respect is important. What we represent and stand for is important. Eric, continue to be you. Continue to be free to be you. Not let people handle you any kind of way. Have some respect and some consideration for yourself. Stay first class, my friend. Keep in this booming.
That wasn't that funny.
That wasn't. That was.
But I am concerned. Does he always talk like that?
Yeah, he always talks like that.
Okay, I'm just making sure, just because, like, you know, weren't always complete sentences.
That nigga stopped though. That nigga just paused like he was reloading. He was like,
it literally looked like for a second, like his whole brain just stalled out for a second. It just said,
somebody had to put a jumpstart this nigga. Jumpstart this nigga. Jumpstart this nigga. All right.
Like literally, you know what it was? If you had the fucking little spinning wheel on there trying to load the fucking rest of the video, I would have believed it. Like, for half a second, I didn't know he was going to a moment of silence. He was like, here's what I need to tell you, man. Moment of silence right there for your greatness. What?
Like, that didn't make zero bit of sense. But before we go to the other part of the show, there are two things that needs to happen. One is this. Shouts out to the people who watched this for the first time who don't realize what the fuck they just saw. That is a cat funeral video that we love to play here on this show every time we hit 100 likes on YouTube, because what we want to do is keep the engagement going and get us known better. So also, if this is your first time checking out Blerds in the Hood, please subscribe to us right now over here on YouTube, or go over on Twitch, do the subscription thing over there. Send out some subscriptions. We're trying to get our numbers the fuck up. Follow us on Twitter at Blerds in the Hood and on Instagram at Blerds in the Hood. I wanted to make sure I got all that shit out the way because my black ass will forget later. All right, next story, Mr. Marshall.
Speaking of ass,
nigga, what?
Who are these niggas?
Yo, bro. I mean, look, you kind of set it up perfectly. I don't know what else you want me to do.
That nigga said, speaking of ass.
This woman right here is Stephanie.
Oh God!
Motto,
shout out to the podcast listeners who all of a sudden just here. Speaking of ass, what?
So Stephanie Motto, this chick right here, she is a former person who was on 90 Day Fiance. She started selling to over her 250,000 or something like that Instagram followers. She started selling her farts in a jar. This is a very true thing. She would fart in a jar. She'd put a rose petal in there for a little bit of like flair and whatnot, and then she would sell them. Jay, you want to take a wild guess?
What?
You want to take a wild guess how much she was charging for her farts in a jar, bro?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
No, trust me. You care. You care because this is the situation where you're like,
wait, please don't tell me like 2,000 ass leak.
She sold those jars for $1,000 a jar, bro. She was
Stop it. Get some help.
If you buying somebody's ass air in a mason jar,
bro, she was pulling $51,000 a week, almost $51,500.
This bitch.
And there's a whole thing, if you go and watch, she was doing interviews about it where she changed her diet, where she was doing 3 to 4 protein shake days, eating black bean soup, all sorts of shit, right? So she thought she was having a heart attack. Every time she would breathe, she felt like her heart was collapsing. So she rushed to the hospital. The doctor goes, "You have gas pains. You have too much gas in your body for all that you changed your diet."
Message.
She officially had to retire from her farting business, bro.
What the fuck? Oh shit.
So there it is, the return of the segue. Speaking of ass, calling it early, but that might be the best segue of 2022.
They go, speaking of ass, what? I'm not gonna lie to you, did not expect that. I had no way how you was gonna go into that. This thing was like, speaking of ass, what?
I'm loving how people were guessing $25, $200, $500, $100, $1,000 a jar. And Jimmy goes, "Excuse me, fucking what?"
No, sir. Not me.
Yo, Stormy Woods. Anyone that bought that bitch's fart should punch themselves in the face. Holy shit. So all I will say is, man, I want to hate her for doing this, and I think I'm more of a hater for the fact that I couldn't do something like that. Like, it's a special power to be able to sell your farts or use panties or.
I was gonna say.
Actually, it's very simple. It's very simple. Misogyny.
I thought you were gonna say it's a special power to bring out your farts on command. To just sit there and make sure you got that. Like, who is holding the jar by your ass? And as soon as you
she's doing it herself.
How do you catch the air and then like
she would talk about it. She would show it with her clothes on. She'd be like, "What I would do is I eat all this stuff, I wait for a buildup, and then I have the mason jars there, and as soon as it's there, cap it real fast, put it." So Kristen says, "I mean, you could try. I mean, sure, I could try, but let's be honest. Women tend to, like a large majority of women, are not nearly as gross or pathetic as the men on this planet.
Unless you're talking about the women's bathroom. Anyway, that's a whole nother.
But that's a different type of gross.
That's a different type of gross.
Different type of gross.
That's a different type of gross.
But you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying there's no women that are like, you know what I really want? I want swaggy farts. Oh my God. No, but think about it. There's not a single woman that was like, you know what I really want? I really, really want for a man sweaty ball essence in a jar. That's what I want. I want. Like, the exception might be, I feel like a number of women would be like, I would totally just buy Michael B. Jordan's jockstrap. There's a number of women that would probably do that because they're gross. But
more do you want from me? Oh my God.
See, here's the thing. I'll tell you the other reason why. So
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, dude.
Ain't about no man's ass with.
But I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. Because dudes out here giving that shit away for free since we were children. Like, you understand? How many times have you heard?
Stop it. Get some help.
Pull my finger. How many niggas have fucking done the Dutch oven to their girls and shit? And they get the shit for free. So why would they pay for it? They already.
Well, shit.
But also the Michael B. Jordan jockstrap. Here it is, Kristen Rose, me. I am the target audience. I fucking told you.
But the funny thing is, I can see Kristen saying that as calm as day. Me. I'm target audience.
I mean, completely deadpan.
Just deadpan. Me. I'm target audience and being like.
It's exactly why when I did the without remorse thing, I was like, if he's coming to this thing in person, you're not coming. If you like, because that, you know, everybody has the list. I was like, if Michael B. Jordan's on the list, right? If you meet him on your own and make that happen, by all means, we have a deal. It's a list. I will not facilitate You meeting Michael B. Jordan so you can do this?
Excuse me, what?
You probably could, Jay. You might be able to sell them bitches. I would say the only thing, you're the one who's always out here. I'm not trying to get into no after hours or some after dark shit. You're the one that's always calling your shit a baseball bat. You might be able to sell your mold, nigga.
Shout out to C. Let me tell you something.
There it is. Okay, there's some dirty girls.
There's some dirty ass women.
The ultimate nigga. You have to be the ultimate nigga for a girl to be interested. Michael B. Jordan, Chris Evans. You have to be one of these niggas.
And some joggers, nigga. This is. Oh my god.
You literally have to be one of them niggas, and then all of a sudden, then it'd be like, yeah, okay, I take it far from Captain. Let's see. I bet your story would take it a step further. It's not just that's America's ass. Exactly. I literally bet you some woman would be like, hell yeah, far in my face. And then she would literally say, that's America's ass win. I'm putting money on that shit, bro. That's American jock strap. Molds, you say. See what I'm talking about, bro?
I'm you know what? I'm not look, this ain't Blerds After Dark, because I was gonna take my shirt off right here and right now. Because nigga been working. Don't tempt me, nigga.
Please don't,
nigga. I swear to I'm gonna tell you something. If the neighborhood asks for it, depends on what happens. In the next 35 seconds, you never know what happens. Y'all know what time it is.
And now, an ode to Karens, brought to you by BLERDS.
Nigga, we got one more story. What the fuck you talking about?
Wait, what's the other story? Oh, my bad. We do. Oh,
nigga, I'm gonna go ahead and delay the fucking Karens because we gotta talk about this Morbius delay, bitch. Because let's be real, this shit keeps getting pushed like fucking new. This shit keeps getting pushed like New Mutants, my guy. I don't understand what the fucking problem. Well, I know exactly what the problem is. The problem is at this particular juncture, Omicron is no motherfucking joke, and it's out here in these streets. And I'm sure you heard the news report today that 1 million cases of fucking COVID happened in the U.S. this year or yesterday was reported. So of course they were like, you know what? Let's just push this bitch.
Nigga, Morbius is never coming out in theaters.
I don't know if it is. I don't know if
Morbius is not. Morbius will fuck around and somehow Sony will finally accept it and just do a VOD for this. Because this has been this is now the most delayed movie even from 2020. Because remember, Black Widow got delayed. All of the MCU got delayed. We knew that, right? Spider-Man, et cetera, but Morbius, like even Venom Let There Be Carnage got delayed, but Morbius keeps catching it. But now here's the second part besides that, all right, with the Morbius situation. It actually works in Sony's favor to push this back. What it does, it allows Spider-Man to still run roughshod over the box office until possibly March when the Batman drops.
Yeah,
because Spider-Man is still killing the box office. It's still dominating the box office. And again, this is without a Chinese bowing as of now. And that is not meant to be it's called bowing at the box office for people who be like, did you say Chinese bowing? But it hasn't done that. So if you push Morbius to April, that's the safest bet you got in the looks of the calendar, because superhero-wise, this shit is already stacked. Blockbuster film.
Sony is like, what Morbius do you want from me?
With Tyrese, nigga, literally.
Is he in the movie?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yo,
but also,
have you seen?
I don't know why.
Hold on, real quick. Have you seen
Paige, Jimmy, Sir Gregath, Zoe, All Life and everybody wants you apparently to bust the nips out. So your choice. I'm not in it.
Again, we'll discuss this momentarily. But the movie is just one of those things that's been a fate of the pandemic, because theaters in Canada have shut back down from what I'm hearing. Again, countries are going back on lockdown. So, as much as people say, man, I love and miss the theater experience, you got to remember everybody else did what they might have loved and missed it, but didn't realize that there are certain things you need to do to keep that theater experience going. You can't just say you love it and just act like ain't shit changed and everything is normal. So, but again, we keep the melanated milk duds. Man, fuck you. Fuck you. You know what? Anyway, I'm a Christian. This is the first show of the year.
No, LaToya wants titties.
Titties. Hey, but what do you think overall? What do you think with the Morbius thing before we move on to the final?
I mean, I wasn't really excited for this movie anyway, so I really could give two shits.
The only thing made me excited was when they showed how he looks as Michael Morbius, as the living vampire. That pretty much is the only part for me.
I'm just never really given a shit about the character. I'm curious how it ties into Spider-Man, especially now that we actually got, all of the Spider-Man back involved. There's a rumor even that let's donate the proceeds to the.
For those who don't know what let me tell you, this is the bullshit started by one Winston A. Marshall and Dwayne Burke. This is the bullshit started by these two niggas. So the JWPP is the Jay Washington Pussy Pocket Fund to get Jay possibly a fleshlight. Now Jay's like, I don't want a fucking fleshlight. But here go Winston. Bro, why won't you get one? Here come Dwayne. Well, let me show you this one that I have. These two niggas have started this and made this an ongoing thing.
Hey, man, look, for right now, you're out here like...
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
As long as you're... I love how it cuts off right as you put your hands down. Because it's funny. They can't see it. I see the whole thing. Y'all, he is straight up just rubbing his chest.
He lied. He lied. He lied like a motherfucker.
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to...
Caught your hands, nigga. I can't believe you fell for that. I honestly can't believe you fell for that trap. But either way, I don't hate that though. What about the Jay Washington professional pussy foot?
It's still for the same thing. It's still for the same goddamn thing.
But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. If Morbius comes out, I just think it's funny that the day they decided to release it is April Fool's Day. Just so they can show up to the theater. Psych! Here's Spider-Man No Way Home. Like,
nigga, that'd be hilarious. Everybody, get my ticket for Morbius. They go with it, be like, what the fuck is Tom Holland doing? Zendaya. What the fuck? Man, I've been watching this movie for an hour and a half, and then finally Tobey Maguire showed up. Where the fuck is Jared Leto? Like,
who out here is clamoring for Jared Leto to come flying on the screen? I'll be honest with you, he's had some really good movies. Like, I thought he did a good job in Dallas Buyers Club.
Everyone did, of course.
But I didn't think he was good enough to. I thought who did I think deserved to win the Oscar? But there was somebody else I thought deserved to win the Oscar that year. It was definitely the year that Leo should have won over Matthew McConaughey because that was for Wolf of Wall Street. Nick,
yes.
I just rewatched. I didn't even rewatch all of Wall Street. I just rewatched the Quaalude scene where he's trying to get the fuck home.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I remember being in the theater and seeing that and being like, "This nigga going to win an Oscar this year." That is insane. No way.
He had to get extrally assaulted by a bear. The bear had to make love to him for him to win an Oscar.
A CGI assault for that. I remember that shit.
Man, nigga, that bear was like, "I'm gonna fuck an Oscar into you," and he got it. Like,
you saying the bear gave him the business?
Gave the business, nigga.
Y'all want to see some random white people giving black people the business for no reason?
An ode to Karens, brought to you by BLERDS N THE HOOD. Now, before we go into this dedication, you must be asking yourself, well, what is a Karen and what does it mean? Well, Karen is a mocking slang term for an entitled, obnoxious, middle-aged white woman, especially as featured in memes. Karen is generally stereotyped as having a blonde bob haircut, asking to speak to retail and restaurant managers to voice complaints or make demands, and being a nagging, often divorced mother from Generation X. Karens most notably have been known now to call the police on black people when they're just doing this thing called living. You know, something that God allowed them to do. This includes Barbecue Becky, Permit Patty, Sleepin' Sarah, and a host of others. And typically, Karens feel that because they are white women, they are entitled to do whatever they want and make life choices based on their insecurities as well as fears. Well, here are a few moments of wild Karens caught in their natural habitat.
So we wanted to make sure we kick the year off as we always do. We have a Karen or a Chad we put on the show. For those who are unfamiliar with what it is, we're going to go ahead and get into that. So this one I found, enjoy your first Karen of the new year.
Please leave our store. If you don't want him asking you, please leave.
You said you were going to show me this.
Ma'am, please leave.
It is against the law. You are not
not a front.
I guess it's against the law. Can you please leave? You don't want to wear a mask right here.
Why did you suddenly get emotional when we were
Ma'am,
talking?
ma'am, why do I have to? I'm not trying to have a conversation with you anymore. I'm asking you to leave.
And then all of a sudden you got worked up.
Can you please leave, ma'am? Can you please
Give me
leave?
your name.
My name's right here. My position's right there. Can you please leave?
Well, let me take a picture of your name.
Yeah, you can all you want to. Please leave. It even says it on the door, ma'am. Wear a mask.
Okay. Well, you also have on camera that you said I could take a picture of your name tag.
You can, of course.
Oops, it's foggy.
I can write it down on a piece of paper for you if you want me to.
Let me see if this works.
It's just a simple picture. Now that you're taking a picture, can you please leave?
Well, it's hard to read. Would you write it on a paper for me, please?
Ma'am, you are making this harder than it has to be. It's just a simple thing. It's been 2 years of wearing a mask.
And it's
2
ridiculous.
years.
It is ridiculous.
Regardless of how you feel, it's our company. We're allowed to do it.
I
have my vaccination too, but at the end of the day, ma'am, I don't really care, ma'am. At the end of the day, at the door it says, please wear a mask. The law means what? Our business.
Call the police.
Can you just leave? Why do you want the police to
Why
come?
are you afraid of calling the police?
I'm not afraid of calling the police. Just leave.
Because they're sworn to protect our Constitution. The Constitution does protect my right to come to this place that's
Ma'am,
open to the public.
do you need me to show you the sign on the door?
Now, if you put this on Facebook, guess
You're gonna
what?
do what?
You will be breaking the law.
I won't be breaking the law. I've asked you to
It's a
leave.
new law that was just passed.
I'm sure it is.
It is. You
When
can
they
take
pass it.
photos of me, but you can't go outing people on social media.
Well, I guess
I
it
don't
won't
care
happen.
if you do. There's nothing to hide.
Look, ma'am,
but I'm not giving you
ma'am,
permission.
please.
Well,
If you want to wear a mask, then get a mask. If you don't want to wear a
This
mask,
would have
then...
ended a lot sooner if you just let me purchase the food.
Unfortunately, I can't let you purchase food. You purchase food without a
At
mask
this
up
point,
here,
I don't want to purchase the food.
then why can't you leave?
Well, I just made that statement.
That you don't want to leave?
Ask me nicely to leave, and I will go.
Can you please leave our store, ma'am?
Yes, I will. Thank you very much, and I hope you learned the
I didn't learn anything. Goodbye.
You know, it's really at the point. Stop saying that you can't be recorded, that it's a law, because it's not. It's not. I don't know what laws you're making up. Stop saying that you're going to sue somebody, because your stupid ass know you're going to be famous or infamous, if you will. I'm just really tired. Like, I'm thinking that's either a Wendy's. There's more than likely a Wendy's. You did all that for
I thought it was a Subway for a while, but
you did all that for a 4 for 4, like for a fucking 4 for 4. Like, who would do that for just some spicy nuggets, nigga?
I don't know. I don't know why you can't just leave. You don't want to be there. You don't like the rules, then leave.
How fucking difficult is it to take a picture with your own phone, by the way, too? Like, if you
I'll tell you something. She was doing that on purpose. I was yes, it's not to say that there wasn't potentially a foggy can. Bitch, you got what you needed. No, it's not clear enough. Let me take another photo. You know what? Actually, do write it down for me. She was intentionally being an asshole. That's it. So.
Yeah. Also, that's another question. Chris Cochran says, "What Constitution did she read?" Like, I'm tired of everybody. The Constitution says this. The Constitution has nothing to do with wearing a fucking mask. Neither does the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, none of that. Stop it. Well, what did you just take off? I guess it's Topless Tuesday. Then. I mean, sometimes you got to have a titty Tuesday. Now, I don't know why y'all would think titties would be out. These are all Instagram filters. This is really not me. I'm wearing a flesh-colored shirt, okay? And I just felt like it would accentuate my chocolate skin. Excuse me, say what? Did we get anything else in the Streamlabs? No, we did not. All right, I think that's about it for the first show of 2022. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me at the Swaggy.
Nigga, I quit this show. I quit.
What? I don't really.
What?
I don't really know. Yes? What? What? Nigga, I ain't never been a redhead or nothing. What the fuck are you talking? Anyway, it doesn't matter. You can find me anywhere that Swaggy Blurds are sold. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. We'll see where I'm at tomorrow. I'm supposed to be on SCN. It genuinely depends on how I feel. I am impressed that I made it through this entire show. A little tired. say that. Oh, I guess maybe the decorum of my pubes is what you're asking. No, I trim my shit. I it doesn't matter. The point is, yeah, Manscaped. We already had Manscaped, and Jay
fucked us.
No, Jay rage quit. So that was
because they didn't want to pay us number $25 to keep reading this
Jay
shit.
rage quit instead of having a conversation with me about it, and so we no longer have Manscaped. So
nigga, $25 a month for all of
my nigga rage quit without talking to his business partner, and that's why we no longer have Manscaped.
I got a free pair of clippers, nigga. We gave these niggas 18 customers on the trial. They was like, all right, thank y'all. That's it. Nigga, what?
My nigga rage quit without a conversation. That's not the point. I may or may not be on SEN tomorrow. It depends on how I'm feeling. Otherwise, you'll see me here on Thursday. Also depending on how I'm feeling. But again, the way this trend is going, it is going upwards. So hopefully everything should be fine. I can't stress enough. If you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you have been vaccinated, it's time for your booster. Get the fucking booster. Wear your motherfucking mask. You don't want this shit. You really don't. Fuck, my fever's coming back. Hurry up, nigga.
Weedman Wade says one more for the JWPP. This nigga has donated each $1 each time and talked so much shit.
And then Jimmy threw in something that says, "Thank you guys for giving me the platform to get shit off my chest. I appreciate it. Much love. Off my chest.
On my chest." But to Weedman Wade, bro, look, I appreciate the dollars, but you talk a lot of shit for somebody who donates $1 at a time.
Oh, fuck.
Well, shit.
God damn it, Jay, dude, fuck, man. He's still donating money, you bitch.
I'm just saying, this nigga talk a lot about a pocket pussy. It's gonna be free. If I waited on Weidman Wade to buy a fucking fleshlight on pocket pussy at $1 a piece and talk shit, I'd be waiting till the end of 2023.
They're not as expensive as you think, which is why I don't understand why you haven't just bought one yet.
I don't want one.
Listen, first of all, you're throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me with the sale.
It is definitely church offering, because I'll tell you right now, I with my little allowance, I was about to give Jesus all 25 of my dollars. That's all I had, so I gave him $1.
Should we just say, for the record, I said that before they were chopped. I can see with the fingers up. For the record, I sent that before they were choppers. Okay.
Oh, that's where that went. Okay, well, that ball lives in the trash now.
Contagious, touch me, baby. Give me what you got.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm just saying, bro. There was a
COVID-19. COVID-19. I blow the wind of God. The wind of God on you. On you.
Yes, sir. This nigga spitting.
Damn, nigga.
Took a whole new twist, didn't it, my nigga? Took a whole new twist. All right, man. We got to get the fuck up out of here. We hope y'all have a good rest.
Shout out to the 30-some people that left when niggas came out of shirts. They was like, I wasn't here for this.
I didn't come here for this. All right, peace out, y'all. Actually, my bad. One more thing. Before we get out of here, I do want to say, never mind. I'll see y'all. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, there it is, baby.
Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
else just said, "Oh man, I'm always in a bad mood whenever I'm, before the show, and now this always makes it better." Well, I got something else that'll probably make it better, y'all. You ever just been like, you were tired of everybody else's shit? Jay, I know you probably feel that from time to time. You've made that very vocal. You ever just been tired of people's shit?
I'm tired of your shit.
I know a little nigga.
Never buy me nothing. I'm sorry.
I know a little nigga who is really the nicest nigga on the planet who is tired of your shit.
That's Elmo's favorite. Oh, Gabby, can Elmo have an oatmeal raisin cookie instead, please?
Oh, gee, Elmo, that was my last one.
Oh, that's okay, Gabby. Elmo will just take this one.
No, wait, Elmo. What? Rocco says that he wants the oatmeal raisin cookie.
Rocco?